All right. Well, welcome to our children's sermon on this Easter morning. Anna's here with me, and she's going to be helping out. So first of all, good morning.
Good morning.
You can do better than that. Good morning. All right. This morning, we're going to be doing something a little different for the children's sermon, and it's an item that we're going to make in the oven in the kitchen. And so I'll attach the recipe to the comments section on this video if you want it. It's pretty simple. It's fun to do. It's Easter themed. And you talk to your parents or your grandparents, I bet maybe you can make this at home too. And the ingredients are pretty simple. We're going to use a can of biscuits. You want to get the jumbo size if at all possible. We're going to need some large marshmallows. We have some melted butter, and we have a cinnamon sugar mix. And so we're going to make resurrection rolls for Easter this morning. The first thing you'll want to do is to separate your biscuits into two roughly equal halves. You can pull them apart. If you're gentle with it, they'll come right apart, just like that. Okay, once you have your biscuits separated and laid out ready to go, it's time for the other ingredients. And we're going to put them together and make our resurrection rolls. Now, part of the fun of this is not only making a tasty treat, but each of the ingredients tells part of the Easter story. And so we'll talk about that as we go forward. So the first thing you're going to want to do is take one of your marshmallows. Now the marshmallow represents Jesus' body, okay? And we know that after he died on the cross, that his disciples took the body and they prepared it for burial. So one of the things they did was they would have anointed the body with oil, which is what the butter represents. And so you're going to dip your marshmallow and cover it with butter. And then you're going to cover it with the cinnamon and sugar mix, which represents the spices that they would have used to anoint the body of someone who had died. So roll it around real good in there, Anna. Get the bottom there. There you go. So after the body was prepared for burial, then they put it in the tomb, and that's what the biscuits are. So you're going to take your marshmallow that you have covered, you're going to lay it in there, and you're going to take another piece of biscuit and lay it on top. And then what you're going to want to do is press the edges all the way around together to seal the tomb, to roll the stone in front of the tomb. So take a moment to do that. Once you make sure that the tomb is sealed and there aren't any open seams on your biscuit, then you're going to want to take it and dip the top and the sides, a little bit on the sides, in the butter. And then roll the top and the sides in the cinnamon. You don't have to put any on the bottom, just the tops and the sides. All right, and then once it's ready, then put it on a greased baking sheet. And then we're going to go back and do that for all of the other biscuits. Once you have all of your biscuits pinched tightly and have the tombs made, then it's time to put them in the oven. And we'll put them in there for about 13 to 15 minutes at 350 until they're lightly brown and look like they're ready to eat. All right, so we've taken the rolls out of the oven and let them cool for a moment or so. And before we break into them, we're just going to remember that what did the marshmallow represent? What was the marshmallow, Anna?
Jesus.
Jesus' body, right? And what was the biscuit or the roll?
It was his tomb.
Jesus' tomb. So we know from the Bible story that after Jesus died on the cross, he was put in the tomb and for 3 days. And then on Easter morning, some of his disciples came to the tomb, and the tomb was open, right? The tomb was open. So let's open our tombs and see what we've got. The tomb is empty. Jesus is gone. How about that? So the story on Easter was that when the women and the disciples went to the tomb, what'd they find? The tomb was empty. Wow. Well, that's a great story. That's a great reason that we celebrate Easter. And making these delicious little rolls is a great way to remember that story and to share it with others. And so I hope that you'll get a chance to make some of these resurrection rolls at home in the coming weeks. And when you do so, just remember the real gift at Easter was that Jesus was risen. Jesus is alive. Isn't that good news? Well, thanks for joining us. We're going to enjoy our rolls, and we wish you Happy Easter.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.